Hey everybody, Scraggus does it one here. Welcome to another video, and I am here with a little bit of an interview, like I did before in my previously. That being with Aura, or as you can see by this little thing, Orange Knight, Orange Kite, whichever the heck.
It's Knight. It's
Knight,
I
right.
think it's accidentally misspelled or whatever, and I just left it be because that's now my permanent username.
So yeah, honestly, we're here today because he found a way of how to fix your straight drift with much more accurately the original controllers that comes with your headset. Nothing else, like for example, the MetaQuest 3S headset controllers. This actually affects them a little bit more and a lot more efficiently. So can you explain how the heck you discovered it?
Yes. Okay, so while I was playing a VR chat game, I noticed my stick drift got way worse than normal is because normally it would just kind of slow me down when going forward, so I would just be slower than everybody else. But this time it was my phone alarm just went off. Hold on. There we go. Anyways, this time it was so bad that I barely could move forward at all, and I had to move sideways or like a crab. So I decided, well, I don't want to spend money on anything or anything really. So I was like looking at it, and like my brain just went like, a person who gets angry at the TV decides to go with the stick, and all of a sudden I start moving forward and it works. I pretty much took the approach of like what Raphael would do and just go, property damage is gonna fix this. And it worked.
Honestly, I was thinking more like the engineer memes, like start praying, boy. Well, that was easy.
Yeah. Yeah. So apparently, just what you do is you grab one controller, you let go of the other one, you put your palm or just whatever you want, and then you're just gonna kind of flick it crazily. And then if you want a more precise thing, you're gonna, if it's, let's say it's controller, or in my case, it was probably always pushing me back, which is why I move slow when moving forward. So you'd probably like flick it a couple of times forward in a direction, kind of, if that makes sense. But basically just flick the stick in a bunch of directions and just kind of crazily like this.
Huh.
And you should get it working at least a little better.
Quick question: have you tried this with like any sort of controllers to see if that will work with those English? Have you ever tried with certain other controllers to see if that method works with other controllers, or is it just the one controllers you have?
I haven't tried it with other controllers, considering I don't play on my Xbox as much, but I'm assuming it probably would, because I'm pretty sure most controllers with a stick on it, I'm gonna call it a stick, that have like stick drift, probably are built similar or the same, so I'm assuming it probably would kind of work for Xbox controllers and others, but if not, then it might be just a MetaQuest controller thing that could fix it.
Okay, now another quick question: is there any other sort of method, if that method doesn't work, that you could do that you also do not need to purchase a controller for?
Yes, but I'm not the one who figured it out. It's the blow technique. You basically do what people did when they had their GameCube, which is to just basically take the stick and blow into it. If that makes sense. Like, for example, you would...
I have an idea.
I mean, you would...
I have an idea.
I mean...
Everyone watching. Cassette tape. Me. It's not working.
Yeah. I think it was called a game cartridge, not a cassette tape, but... Or did they do that with cassette tape too?
I have no idea, but if they did, then it might have been... I have no idea. If they did do it, it might have been kind of rare, since cassette tapes normally are rebounded. It's not normally, like, dirt in there or something like that.
But yeah, you just blow into it or whatever, and then that also seems to help it a little bit too. Which I'm assuming the reason why the blowing works is either because maybe, like, I don't know, there was maybe grease or something stuck in between your plastic piece and like the little motorized thing that tracks which way you're moving, if that makes sense. Which blowing on it maybe like moves it out of the way or something. Or it could have been just dust, and like the dust was interfering with the components.
Honestly, yes, that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
is there anything else?
So it'd probably be more effective if you actually move forward, or you move the stick out of the way so you can blow into it.
Honestly,
If that makes sense.
That makes sense. Now,
Sorry.
It's okay. Before we end the video, now, quick question. Apart from that, is there anything else you would recommend to the people watching? Maybe even some people just getting into VR chat, or even VR itself. What you would recommend?
I would probably just recommend going to your worlds and looking at popular, because most of the really fun worlds are going to show up on the popular. Not all of them. Some worlds are either going to show up more at the bottom of the list of populars that actually may be fun worlds to play on, or or just worlds that not like 1,000 or more people play on actively enough to show up in your active or popular list. So you just may need to find a friend who's played VR chat for at least a year, or who would know about these other worlds that might be fun to play on.
Honestly, yeah, I can see that. Because that actually is something I think you and me, we both went through a couple times. We actually not...
Because if I were to go to my worlds, let's see, worlds, and then like my list of worlds, there's like at least half of them that I favorited, but are fun, just not showing up on your like populars, or if it does show up on your populars, it would be at the bottom of the list probably.
Yeah. Honestly,
so like,
oh yeah, you go first.
You definitely can find worlds that you really like, but they may not show up in your populars or your things as often. Like for example, one thing I will say is that a lot of times really fun worlds can be found on the popular list, but they'll only stay up there for like a good week and then they'll kind of disappear. But they would still be really fun worlds to go to later on. Like for example, this one was one that was really fun and had and was actually well made. But because I really don't know why it kind of lost its popularity, but it lasted like a week and its popularity kind of disappeared. This was one of them.
The Endless Backrooms.
This world's a good example of like, it's really well made and it's really fun, but it only stayed on like the populars and active list for like a good week, and then it kind of disappeared from that list, or it's either at the very bottom, if that makes sense.
So on a scale of 1 to 10,
so kind of similar to how memes work, their popularity don't last forever, but they still might be fun things to go to.
So by the way, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you recommend this game?
I would recommend this one in terms of like a kind of horror game as like a good 9 at the very least.
Ooh, no, that's a very high
score. It is really fun.
Alright, folks.
I think part of the reason why, though, it did kind of drop its popularity is because VR chat is mainly a chat type of game. So it's only got a few players actively playing it, or, it may be just private instances or whatever like that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But, like, the replayability is not as easy to do. It'd be something you play, like, once or twice, and then you probably take a break from it and then maybe come back to it later.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, now with that out of the way, I think it's now time to end the episode. Honestly, thank you so much for actually joining in for this one. It's actually very entertaining hearing
You're welcome.
As well as like your opinions on certain things. And I'm not gonna lie, the game that you just shown, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of interested, even though I do not like horror.
Yeah. Well, there are some aspects that don't make it super horror-y. It's got like multiple levels to it, so it's like the first level is like your just simple like backrooms. It is a backrooms type game. And so it's like probably not too scary at first, because the first level is mainly just exploring, but then later on you do actually encounter monsters and actual challenges that you have to avoid.
Okay. Well, yeah. Now it's time to end the episode, folks. Again, shout out to Aura here, or in this case, Orange Knight. You know, I'm gonna call you Orange Knight from now on. Every single time we hang around, just like,
okay,
hey, Orange Knight.
That's fine.
And until next time, folks. Stay nutty, stay with your friends. Final words before the video ends.
What?
Anything final to say before the video ends?
Oh, good night and good afternoon.
Bye!